What's the drama that I did? Somebody gotta tell me. What is the drama? Tell me, what is the drama? What is the drama? All I know is I went to bed and I woke up and my life changed. And I probably shouldn't have said nothing, but I panicked because I was scared and I was alone and I was in pain.
The night Tamar Braxton said, "I woke up in a pool of blood," the internet froze. But when Funky Dineva stepped in, calling it a stunt, everything changed. Tamar Braxton begged for sympathy, showing hospital photos and broken teeth. Funky Dineva fired back with receipts, mocking every detail of Tamar Braxton's story. Now the word defamation hangs between Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva like a gavel about to drop. And the only question is, will this feud end on Instagram or in a real courtroom?
In the PR stories, he said, "Here it was, I got ate up alive over my birthday weekend, and the whole while there was nothing wrong with Tamar's ass. Now she done released this Tired A music video for this raggedy EP that don't nobody want. And because I'm in the video, people are going to think I was part of the PR stunt. I was collateral damage for a 2-bit PR stunt."
Atlanta has always been the city where whispers turn into wars. But nothing prepared fans for the storm that erupted when Tamar Braxton said the words that froze every timeline. "I woke up in a pool of blood." That single confession from Tamar Braxton, paired with a blurry hospital picture, shattered the internet in seconds. With her nose fractured, her teeth missing, and her face bruised, Tamar Braxton told the world she had almost died. For a brief moment, it looked like pure tragedy. Tamar Braxton, the beloved singer, the outspoken reality TV star, the Emmy-winning personality, fighting for her life. But Atlanta doesn't just stop at sympathy. Atlanta takes sympathy and turns it into suspicion. And when suspicion grows, accusations are never far behind. That was the exact moment when Funky Dineva stepped in. Funky Dineva, with his razor-sharp tongue and unapologetic commentary, didn't see Tamar Braxton as a victim. Funky Dineva saw a rollout. Funky Dineva saw a stunt. Funky Dineva saw a performance, and the second Funky Dineva put it into words, Tamar Braxton's pain collided with Funky Dineva's platform, and suddenly this was more than gossip. This was reputation warfare.
The war between Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva has been reignited. No, this is not deja vu. The beef is on again, with Funky taking to social media to slam Tamar for subliminally shading him on social media. Not only that, the doctor that helped fix Tamar's teeth is now revealing that she did not have a seizure or a stroke. We are getting into what exactly happened to Tamar Braxton when she revealed that she almost died.
From the very beginning, Tamar Braxton's story was messy, confusing, and heartbreaking. Tamar Braxton claimed she had gone to bed only to be found hours later in a pool of her own blood. According to Tamar Braxton, a friend allegedly discovered her unconscious. But even in her retelling, Tamar Braxton admitted she was left alone at one point, abandoned in a fragile state. Her teeth had been ripped from their sockets, her nose was broken, her body was bruised. Doctors kept Tamar Braxton in the hospital for days, monitoring her recovery, and Tamar Braxton, always known for being outspoken, later admitted she panicked and posted online too soon. "I probably shouldn't have said nothing." Tamar Braxton confessed on Instagram Live, "But I was scared, I was alone, and I was in pain." For Tamar Braxton, that post was a cry for help. For others, it was the opening scene of a scripted rollout.
That would just clear the air. Let people know I didn't do nothing to you. Not that I honestly think any reasonable person thought that I did something to you anyway, but still. And then in the midst of your recovery, you gonna drop the music video to further make it look like all of this was a stunt. Oh, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. I'm not participating in that.
Because what followed next made people question everything. Within days of that bloody confession, Tamar Braxton was spotted rehearsing, filming, and rolling out visuals tied to her new music. Fans who once prayed for Tamar Braxton's recovery started asking questions. How could Tamar Braxton, who claimed her face was caved in, suddenly appear on set, glammed up, moving like nothing had ever happened? The whispers grew louder. Was this really a medical emergency, or was Tamar Braxton leveraging her pain to fuel a promotion? And right in the middle of that firestorm, Funky Dineva sharpened his words and called her out. To Funky Dineva, Tamar Braxton wasn't a victim. To Funky Dineva, Tamar Braxton was manipulating sympathy for streams, for headlines, for buzz. Funky Dineva labeled it a PR stunt. and his commentary spread faster than Tamar Braxton's hospital picture ever did. That's when the war truly began. Tamar Braxton, who had already unfollowed Funky Dineva on social media, went live to address the accusations, her voice cracked, her eyes swollen with emotion. As Tamar Braxton lashed out at being painted as a liar. "Y'all allowed this person to bully me and eat me alive," Tamar Braxton said. Her tone filled with both hurt and rage. Tamar Braxton insisted she didn't need to fake pain. "I don't have to lie. I got money. I have success. I don't have to lie about anything." For Tamar Braxton, the suggestion that she would fake such trauma wasn't just insulting. It was damaging. It was reputation-shattering. And that's when Tamar Braxton introduced a new word into the feud: defamation. Defamation is not a word people throw around lightly. It belongs to lawyers, to courtrooms, to victims who feel their names have been dragged in public mud. When Tamar Braxton said it on live, fans sat up straighter. This wasn't just another back and forth with Funky Dineva, this was the setup for a legal showdown. Tamar Braxton made it clear she and her doctor take their reputations seriously, and anyone accusing Tamar Braxton of lies or stunts could find themselves in court. In Tamar Braxton's words, defamation is a serious case, but Funky Dineva wasn't backing down. While Tamar Braxton cried on live, Funky Dineva gathered his receipts. Funky Dineva claimed Tamar Braxton had known from the very beginning that people were accusing him. And yet Tamar Braxton stayed silent. She knew since Wednesday, Funky Dineva insisted, that people were starting to accuse me of doing something to her. She had her phone. She was posting in her stories. She was responding to texts. She could have cleared my name, but she didn't. To Funky Dineva, Tamar Braxton's silence wasn't the silence of a victim. It was the silence of someone letting a narrative run wild at another person's expense. Funky Dineva even shared private messages where he checked on her, only for Tamar Braxton to reply vaguely while refusing to clear him publicly. To Funky Dineva, that wasn't friendship, that was betrayal, and the feud didn't just live in their posts, it spilled into blogs, into YouTube videos, into endless debates. Tamar Braxton posted subliminal captions about enemies being used by God. Tamar Braxton shared hospital pictures that reignited the conversation. Meanwhile, Funky Dineva clapped back with birthday party receipts, insisting Tamar Braxton lied. When she said she paid for his celebration, "You didn't pay anything for me." Funky Dineva fired back, posting sparklers with Tamar Braxton's name on them as proof it was her event, not his. Funky Dineva accused Tamar Braxton of staging appearances, of creating illusions, of lying to paint him as ungrateful. Then came the cruelest part, the mockery. Funky Dineva didn't just question Tamar Braxton's story, he weaponized it online. Memes called Tamar Braxton a toothless muppet, hashtags joked about pools of blood, and her injuries became the internet's punchline. For Tamar Braxton, this wasn't just bullying, this was her reputation unraveling in real time. Tamar Braxton fired back, "I might have teeth, but I can't chew. Can you imagine how that feels?" Her voice cracked as Tamar Braxton tried to reclaim dignity. But every confession only fueled the cruelty. As insults piled up, the stakes got higher. Tamar Braxton began warning that the next time anyone called her a liar, it wouldn't just be drama, it would be a lawsuit. Tamar Braxton posted receipts, insisted she wasn't fabricating, and begged to be left alone. "Enough is enough, please leave me alone, please." But in the same breath, Funky Dineva doubled down. Funky Dineva laid out his own rules of engagement. If Tamar Braxton posted subliminals, if Tamar Braxton threw shade, if Tamar Braxton hinted without saying his name, Funky Dineva would respond publicly, brutally, relentlessly. At this point, it wasn't just a feud. It was a digital courtroom. Instagram became the witness stand, YouTube became the judge's bench, bloggers became the jury, and fans split into two camps, those defending Tamar Braxton's honor and those amplifying Funky Dineva's accusations. Both sides claimed they wanted peace, but neither could stop posting. And with every post, the word defamation grew heavier, more real, more inevitable. Because defamation isn't about feelings, it's about reputations, it's about careers. Tamar Braxton knew that if Funky Dineva's words stuck, if brands began believing she faked her accident, the damage would be irreversible. Her image as a survivor would collapse into that of a manipulator. On the other hand, Funky Dineva knew that if Tamar Braxton dragged him into court, he would have to prove every single word, shade would have to become evidence, commentary would have to become legal defense, and in court, likes and shares mean nothing. Only facts do. So here we are, Tamar Braxton on one side, threatening to lawyer up Funky Dineva on the other, daring her to try, and the internet in the middle, watching every screenshot, every live, every subliminal. What started as a hospital Picture is now a war for reputations, a battle that may end in stamped legal documents. But Funky Dineva wasn't one to retreat, while Tamar Braxton poured her heart out. Funky Dineva doubled down with precision. Funky Dineva called out Tamar Braxton's subliminal posts, accusing Tamar Braxton of playing the victim online while letting him get devoured by fans and blogs. To Funky Dineva, Tamar Braxton's silence when conspiracy theories first exploded was louder than any words she could have said. Funky Dineva argued that Tamar Braxton knew people were accusing him of hurting her, of being involved in her mysterious accident, and instead of clearing his name, Tamar Braxton let the internet crucify him. Funky Dineva posted their private texts exposing how Tamar Braxton responded selectively, quick to engage in mess, slow to acknowledge his concern. In Funky Dineva's eyes, that wasn't friendship. That was betrayal on public display. And so Funky Dineva set his rules: no subliminals, no shady quotes, no sermons that could be read as shade if Tamar Braxton dared to hint at him. Funky Dineva promised he would clap back every single time. It wasn't just a threat, it was a contract, unwritten but binding, and Tamar Braxton, whether out of stubbornness or pride, didn't comply. Instead, Tamar Braxton posted more captions about walking away from toxic people, sermon clips about enemies being used by God, even hospital photos meant to remind fans of her suffering. To Tamar Braxton, it was self-expression. To Funky Dineva, it was shade, and each time, Funky Dineva made good on his word, responding publicly, dragging Tamar Braxton in front of the very audience she was begging for compassion. The receipts became their weapons. Tamar Braxton dropped bills from Ruth Chris and B12, the places she had been that night, insisting she wasn't fabricating her story. Next time I'm called a liar, it will come with a lawsuit, Tamar Braxton warned, her captions heavy with finality, but Funky Dineva fired back with his own version of events. Funky Dineva reminded the internet about Tamar Braxton's claim that she paid for his birthday party, mocking her by pointing out that the sparklers and signs clearly showed it was her event, not his. "You didn't pay anything for me," Funky Dineva snapped, painting Tamar Braxton as someone desperate for credit she didn't deserve. And when Tamar Braxton claimed to be bedridden, Funky Dineva countered with brutal imagery, her face falling apart in one breath and then appearing in videos without a single visible bruise in the next. "If that's all true," Funky Dineva mocked, "then I'm Britney Spears." This wasn't just shade anymore. This was character assassination from both directions. Tamar Braxton accused Funky Dineva of bullying her, of defaming her name, of making light of her pain. Funky Dineva accused Tamar Braxton of manipulation, of letting him take the fall for conspiracies, of lying about who paid for what and who suffered when. Every caption, every comment, every meme was treated as evidence in the court of public opinion. And the fans, they weren't just watching, they were prosecuting. Hashtag split into sides. Hashtag Team TAMA are trending with emotional support. Hashtag Team Funky trending with memes and receipts. The jury wasn't 12 strangers in a courtroom. It was millions of strangers with Wi-Fi, deciding in real time whether Tamar Braxton or Funky Dineva was telling the truth. And yet, even as the war raged, the irony was clear. Both Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva wanted the same thing. They both begged to be left alone. Tamar Braxton pleaded, "Please leave me alone, please." Funky Dineva demanded silence in his own way, "Don't post subliminals." But neither stopped. Tamar Braxton continued posting cryptic captions and hospital photos. Funky Dineva continued making videos, dissecting her every move. The cycle refused to break. And with every new post, the possibility of a real lawsuit grew closer.